with spices and bursting with flavor, these Chicken Kathi Rolls are an Indian street food favorite. Hi, and welcome back to Plating It with Wendy, where I share with you recipes which impress with ease. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, share, and comment. And if you enjoy trying out recipes that turn out right every time, you're at the right place. So go ahead, press that subscribe button, and while you're at it, if you hit the bell icon, you'll be the first to get notified every time I upload a new video. Now, let's get started. For this recipe, we're going to first start by making the marinade for our tandoori chicken. We're going to go in with 1 tablespoon of Kashmiri Chili Powder. And we like to use the Kashmiri Chili Powder here because of its nice bright red color. And to that, we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And here I've got 1/2 teaspoon of Coriander Powder, 1/2 teaspoon of Cumin Powder, 1/2 teaspoon of Garam Masala, and 1/2 teaspoon of Amchur powder or dried mango powder. And now let's add that in. For some earthy flavors, we're going to go in with 2 teaspoons of garlic paste and 1 teaspoon of ginger paste. To tenderize the chicken and also to make it nice and succulent, we're going to be adding in 1/4 cup of thick yogurt. I'm using Greek yogurt here. And for a tangy flavor, let's add in 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Now let's whisk this all together. We want to blend all the spices and the yogurt together till we get a nice smooth mixture. And now that it's well blended, we're going to go in with about 2 teaspoons of oil. And I'm just using a plain vegetable oil here. And now let's mix that in together as well. And to the marinade, we're going to add 1.5 pounds of skinless, boneless chicken thighs. And I've cleaned them, washed them, and pat-dried them. Now you could even use chicken breast if you wanted over here. But thighs I find have a lot more flavor, so I prefer using the thighs. Now before mixing it with the marinade, I'm just going to add in the salt, and you're going to add salt to taste. I'm going to add in about maybe 1/2 teaspoon or so. Now let's mix this all together and make sure that we get the marinade into every nook and cranny of the chicken thighs. Now let's cover this up and keep it aside to marinate till we prepare our salad and our dressing. Definitely it would be nice if you could marinate it for about 3 to 4 hours or overnight for best results. But since we're in a pinch for time, we're just going to marinate it for a little bit. For the salad, we're going to go in with 1 red onion. Just going to slice this down fine. Now we're going to add it to a bowl. Just breaking it all up. Now let's add a tomato to it. So take out this. I'm using a serrated knife here so that you get a clean cut. I'm just going to give it 1 slice through the center so that we have little smaller pieces. And this one too. We're going to add that to the bowl. Now to that we're going to add 1 green chili. You could even add more. I'm just going to cut it down the center. Now chop it into smaller pieces. To the bowl. And we're going to add a small bunch of coriander or cilantro. I'm just going to chop that down fine. Just going to cross chop it a bit. That's looking good now, so let's add it in. Now let's season this with about 1.5 tablespoons of vinegar, a couple pinches of salt, and about half teaspoon of sugar. And you could always adjust the seasoning according to your taste. Now let's mix this together. Now we're going to leave this aside for all the flavors to blend together while we prepare the sauce. For the sauce, we're going to go in with half a cup of mayo or mayonnaise. And to lighten it up, let's add in 1/4 cup of Greek yogurt. For an earthy flavor, we're going to go in with 3 garlic cloves and we're going to grate it in. Now, if you wanted, you could always just go in with 2, but I like that lovely garlic flavor, so I'm going in with 3. Now we're going to season that with about half a teaspoon of lemon juice, 1/8 teaspoon of pepper. Now the mayonnaise is already a little bit salty, so I'm not adding in any more salt, and about 1/8 teaspoon of sugar to balance the flavors. Now we're going to go in with a whisk and just blend it all together. Now let's keep this aside as well for the flavors to develop, and let's go ahead and cook the chicken. To a heated skillet, we're going to add just a little bit of oil, swirl that around, and now into that we're going to put the marinated chicken and allow it to cook. We want to lock in all those flavors, so we want a good sear on the chicken. Now we're going to flip them over and allow them to cook on the other side. And look at that beautiful color we've got. Wow. Now these are boneless chicken thighs, so they cook really fast. So you've got to keep a close eye on them. And now that the chicken has cooked, we're going to take it out and place it on a plate. Wow. Looks so appetizing. Now let's cook up the second batch. Now that the second batch of chicken is cooked, we're going to take it out and add it with the rest. Now we're going to slice up the chicken into smaller bits, and what I like to do is first take the bits that we had fried in the first batch because they've got a chance to rest, and now we're just going to slice those up. Slicing the chicken up into smaller pieces is going to make it easier to roll up the kathi roll. Now in the same pan, we want to pick up all those flavors, so we're going to be adding in 1 red onion, which I've finely sliced, and 1 green pepper, which I've also finely sliced. And we're going to add that in and saute it. And we're going to season that with a little salt. Turn it around so we pick up all that flavor that has been left behind by the chicken. Just going to saute for about a minute or 2, but we still want to keep a little crunch in them. Now we're going to add in all that chicken that we had sliced up, along with all the drippings that are in the plate. And for an added flavor, we're going to sprinkle on half a teaspoon of Chat Masala. And on a medium-high heat, we're just going to toss this all together till it gets well mixed. Okay, now let's take this off the heat and get our parathas ready. We're going to coat the paratha with egg. So we're going to crack an egg, beat it up. If you want, you could add a little salt. And now let's fry. And now quickly you're going to put the paratha on the top so that the egg sticks to the paratha. Now I'm using store-bought parathas here, but if you want an easy recipe to make them, comment down below. And now we're going to let it be in the pan till the egg cooks. Now we're going to put down some of that lovely sauce that we had made earlier. We're going to smear it across. Toss up chicken down the center. Making sure that we get those green peppers, some onions, and a nice helping of the chicken as well. Now let's top it with some of that onion tomato salad that we had made. Now let's roll it up. And we're going to roll it up as tight as we can. And to make it easy to eat, I'm going to roll it in a parchment paper. Wrap up the bottom and then keep rolling. Oh my goodness, look at that. And now it's time to give the chicken kathi rolls a taste. Wow, and I'm so excited, they look so delicious, I cannot wait. Wow. Just look at that. Loaded with chicken and all that goodness and the sauce. Wow. I don't know how many times I've said wow. These kathi rolls are absolutely delicious. They're all the flavors that come together to make it just perfect. I hope you give this recipe a try. So hop onto my website, platingitwithwendy.com, or you can hit on the link in the description box below.